Shalom Yasharallah. Before we go into this lesson, we give all honor, all glory, and all praises be to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makakwadash. Give double honor to the apostles and prophets and the laws of James Khan, better known as Great Millstone, for the being for the 100% truth that I've been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect and the tabernacle of David. I am your brother Tazariak, coming to you with this lesson, dealing with herb talk lesson, dealing with lung congestions, right, or lung disorder, which is usually called. So let's go into it a little bit. Remember what the scripture says: Yahweh had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So if you can't, my advice is just to try the remedies for those who go through the situation and watch it work. But you have to be disciplined while doing so, just like how you have to be disciplined when dealing with Yahweh Shai Shai. So description says lung disease is a disease of the lungs. An illness that affects the lungs can disrupt the function of the lung. Their functions is lung disease. It says lungs are the respiratory organs present in the chest inside the rib cage. They take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. The lung supplies oxygen to the whole body with the help of the heart. The heart pumps the oxygenated blood in the lungs, and the lungs returns oxygenated blood to the heart. Then this blood is supplied to the cells, tissues, and organs throughout the bloodstream. The oxygen gives energy to the whole body. Anything wrong with the lung causes problems. Specific these diseases of the lungs is covered separately on this portal. Herbs that have a special affinity for the lung is in general are given here. Certain herbs have a beneficial effect on the lungs, no matter what the malady. Those herbs are dealt with on this page. For specific herbs for specific disease conditions are given on the pages covering those diseases. So causes of lung disease: we have smoking, we have allergies, we have bacterial or viral infections, we have sudden changes in the body temperature, which is gram and horner. And if not treated properly, lung disease may cause lung cancer, which we try and we best to make sure we don't get, right? Or people don't get, to be exact. And we go into the herbs that deals with these. We have Confederate rose, we have osha, we have oregano. Very, very powerful. I'm going to read oregano because it's very, very powerful. Now, all of these are very good, right? Let me read through them. Right. Lobula, oh my goodness, you see? I was just playing in my mind. So you see how much things we could get from this, right? So I'm going to call all just now. Let's go into the Confederate rose for the lung disease. Prepare a decoction using 1 fresh flower for Confederate rose. Drink 36 milliliters twice a day. Then we have osha, which is has expectoration properties, which clears mucus from the lungs. That's the most important part. Boil osha roots in water for 15 to 20 minutes. Drink that tea twice a day. It helps in preventing respiratory disorders and increase the efficiency of the lung. Then we have for lungwort, very important for the lung. Lungwort is an incredible herb that takes a good care of lungs. Take 4 to 5 fresh lungwort leaves, boil it of water of 10 minutes, cool it, strain, and drink this tea twice a day. This will help in cleansing the lungs. Then we have oregano, which destroys the bacteria. But let's continue. Oregano is an aromatic herb that is widely used in cooking. It has several medicinal values. It is considered as a lung cleanser. Its specific specialty is to detoxify the lungs and expel phlegm from the lungs. Add some dry or fresh oregano leaves to your meal. Oregano oil can also be used for lung congestions. We also continue with the verbascum tapas for lung disorder. Verbascum tapas contains sapoins, which acts as an expectorant. It clears excess of phlegm from the lungs. Make a tea of fresh leaves of flowers. Fresh leaves of flowers. It will act as an expectorant and will clear the lungs. Smoking steam of teas will help in nasal congestion. Burn dried leaves and inhale the smoke to get rid of nasal and lung congestion. So you see how good that is? Just to inhale that. Not smoke it, but inhale it is actually not bad. Like you make it as an incense and you use it. Not hard to do. Thyme is also one I was going to say. You see, they have it here? Thyme for the lungs. Take a handful of fresh leaves of thyme, boil it in water, cool it, and strain, and drink tea twice a day. It will detoxify your lungs and prevent them from diseases like pneumonia, bronchitis, cold, cough, and sore throat. Inhaling the steams helps in giving relief from nasal congestion and lung congestion. Now we have lobula. For lung, boil 5 to 10 leaves of lobula in water. Inhale in the steam of 2 to 3 times in a day. It will melt the thick mucus and expel it from the lung. We have Inluha helenium for lung congestion. Drink Inluha inula roots tea twice a day. It will help in lung congestion. Or boil root and inhale the steam. This will also affect the lungs and remove the excess phlegm from the lungs. Then we have Plantago for the lungs. It is one of the herbs that is used to make cough syrups to get rid of dry cough and lung congestion. Drink Plantago leaves decoction. Boil a handful of leaves in water and drink it twice a day. Then we have Polygonatum for lung disease. Prepare an infusion by steeping Polygonatum roots in 150 milliliters of water. Strain it off. Drink this infusion twice or 2 times a day to prevent lung disease. So they even give you something to prevent further damage of your lungs. Now, with that being said, we know we come up with our own remedy, but before we do so, let's get on with the other books to help get some understanding as to what we could use, right? Let's pause. So for congested lungs, which we're going into, or lung disorders, let's go down to the main point, which is the herbs that we're dealing with, which is alfalfa, anise, arnica, chamomile, chickweed, cold foot, comfrey, ginseng, golden seal, horehound. Now, horehound is a very powerful herb for the lung. Hyssop and lobula is also a very powerful herb for the lung. You have marjoram, mullein, and myrrh. And what you would consume would be your celeries, your cucumbers, your garlic, your parsley, your string beans, your juices, string bean juice, and your watercress. Those by itself, your leafy greens, and the things to cool your body is what is going to help you in this situation. You see, we have 2 remedies to provide with eateries. Now we're going to provide the third one. The third one would be this, which I'm going to go into. So the third one for the congestion of the lungs, right? We have anise hyssop. We have arrow leaf, balsam root. We have bee balm, bilberry, bonest, chamomile, false For Solomon's seal, fireweed, flax, garlic, golden rod, horsetail, lavender, lemon, thyme. Thyme is very good. Lemon, verbena. Then we have longwort, very amazing. We have maidenhair, fern. We have marshmallow. We have oxeye daisy. We have quaking aspen. We have reishi, St. John wort, very, very powerful. And last but not least, sweetgrass. Let's continue because there's more up here. Sweetgrass, which they say it twice. I don't know why. But sweetgrass and sweetgrass, we have ornisa, no, usna, so like white mustard. We have white pine. We have yarrow. That's the end of that part. But what we have to deal with is the remedy that I'm going to give. First off, it's advised to get a parasite detox, which I always recommend. Cleanse the blood, cleanse the lungs, because you have many parasites that tends to infest your lungs, causing issues like pneumonia and other bad diseases of the lungs. So you get a parasite detox for the next 7 days. Right? When you're done, then you're going into your lungs. Because the parasite detox also cleanse the blood up at a certain point. Then you go into your lungs. Listen to this combination of herbs: ginger, oregano, thyme, bay leaf. Listen to what I'm saying. Thyme, bay leaf, longwort, mullein, and for plenty iron, elderberry. We not done. Longwort, mullein, elderberry, blessed thistle, milk thistle, 2 of them. Yes, you heard me. Not 1, 2 of them. And last but not the least of them, and I'm making sure I write on these because the last one would surprise you. So the last but not the least of them would be Ella campaign. But I want to add 2 more to that: St. John wort and horehound. All these that I add, 1 more, lobula. All these that I add is going to all equal parts. You have a lung problem, you take a parasite detox. With that, you take a cleanse or a simple purge, and then you go onto your roots and your dried leaves. All equal parts of the combination I call. You're making a good sized pot. So you would add 1 I would say you're adding I want to make you give you a proper measurement. You're adding 5 tablespoons if you could, 4 tablespoons, or let's just say the mountaintop tablespoons, 4 of them, to 3 liters of water. A lie. Talk about a gallon of water. 1 gallon. You put in the 5 tablespoons mountaintop. Okay, make an oil part powder form or however to do it. You add them together, you're putting them to soak for an hour. This is a recommended remedy. Soak for an hour. Do not add the elderberry itself. It's not leaves, it's the elderberries itself. Do not add the elderberries until you put the water to boil. So when it's soaking, leave the elderberries out of it. When you put it to boil, you have to boil it for about 5 minutes. This is where you add the elderberries to boil with it. When you are done, take it off. No, close. Sorry, put it to simmer. Not take it off. Put it to simmer for about 30 minutes. Then take it off completely. Make sure it's covered. You want to make sure this cools down to talking about warm, not lukewarm enough, but warm enough that it would not burn your mouth when you drink it. It needs to be warm, not hot, not boiling, not warm, not cold. Not lukewarm, so like not cold. It needs to be warm, meaning hot to the touch, but that it doesn't burn you. And you can drink it and it will not burn your throat. And you drink 1 cup, not the portion cup, 1 cup twice a day. You do that for the next 7 days. The first day, my advice is to fast on the drink, 1 cup twice a day. And what you could consume if you can't fast on that day would be sea moss. You're consuming sea moss with some blend of ginger in it, because the sea moss, it remove things like laggy mucus that is in your bronchial tubes, making your lungs more clear. You would need the sea moss to assist with cleaning up your body. But you're consuming sea moss if you need to. No honey, no sugar, no milk, no flour, no meats. Your diet after that day, 1 day of fasting or consuming sea moss alone, after that 1 day, I would rather you fast on the drink itself for 1 day. After that, you can consume a sea moss gel. You could use your cucumbers, your lettuce, your onions, your garlic if you need to. You could consume leafy greens and lighted fruits, more so of the greens. Sea moss would suffice to build back the nutrients and minerals that you would lose during your cleansing period with your parasite cleanse and your purge. It also tends to loosen the laggy mucus, which is the very thick, slow moving, hard mucus that is stick up in your bronchial tube. It moves it out. So this is what you're going to be doing for the next 7 to 14 days. But the first day, you must fast if you can. If not, try and consume a cup of sea moss on that day to help, and that is it. But you can only eat once a day on that day if you cannot fast. And you're drinking this for the next 14 days. So guess what? You would make ever so often. Once it's about to done, you have 1 cup left, you make more. You do that for 14 days straight with the recommended foods: cucumbers, lettuce, onions. If you want to add garlic, I would say moderated. But you add your leafy greens, your water crystals. You understand what I'm saying? Your greens. You understand where I'm coming from? This is what you must add. That's how you have to consume at the point in time. You have to make sure that the herb gets into the body and begin to do this cleaning process. Because with that being said, after that 14 days, then you should take some mint oil, add it with some eucalyptus, and even if you want to, some menthol crystals, and it steam for 1 hour after that. After the 14 days, steam for 1 hour. You would bring out the most amount of mucus that you ever see in your entire life. You would want to know what you had in your body to begin with. So with that being said, like I always say, my suggestion is that you write it down. You don't have to write down the whole lesson, but you can pin down the remedies, because it will help to prolong your life. So I hope this information was indeed clear and edifying, because scripture says that in great place a physician, for Yahweh had created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There is a time when in their hands there is good success, for they shall also pray unto Yahweh that they would prosper that which they give for ease and for remedy to prolong life. So guess what? He that fall into the hands, he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician. And what I'm telling you here is to help you, because we know what's going to happen in the upcoming times. So it's either you prep yourself or you cleanse yourself, you strengthen your body for the time to come. So I hope this information would have been direct, clear, and also edifying. I will say Shalom Yasharala. Kal Halalyam Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Kakwadash. Give double honors to the apostles and prophets and elders of James camp, better known as great millstone, for to bring forth the 100% truth that have been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect and the tabernacle of David. I am a brother Zariak, saying to you shalom until the next one. So shalom.